What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports, back again with another one. Former WBC interim lightweight champion, Romero, who was last seen inside the square circle getting KO'd by arguably the best 135-pounder in boxing, Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, I know that's debatable. You got people that believe that Adrien, who has all four of the belts at 135 pounds, is the top dog at 135. But that's neither here nor there. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I think it's just a matter of opinion who you think is the best at 135 pounds. It's not just about belts. Floyd Mayweather didn't have all four belts at 147, but ain't nobody arguing that he wasn't the best at 147 when he was beating Sugar Shane Mosley and beating Robert the Ghost Guerrero and beating Victor Ortiz. Now, you might have had a debate with Manny Pacquiao fans saying that he was the best at 147, but those two were obviously the top two at 147 pounds. And this is a similar scenario with Gervonta Tank Davis and Adrien. With all that being said, former WBC interim lightweight champion Romero did a video and had some very intriguing information. And he said that he's got a big fight coming up. He said a big fight. He didn't just say big fight. He said big fight coming up at the end of the year. And I'm speculating. I don't have any inside knowledge, but I'm speculating if he's talking about a big fight. Obviously, he's not going to get the Gervonta Tank Davis fight next. But if you're talking about a big fight, there's no other big fight that he could make outside of Gervonta Tank Davis fight than fighting Adrien, the problem Broner. I believe that's the fight that Showtime wants next. I believe that's the fight that Mayweather Promotion wants next. I believe that's the fight that Leonard Ellaby wants next. And I believe that's the fight that they're doing their very best behind the scenes to make happen next. And I don't think they're going to be able to squeeze this fight in by the end of the year, because from what I'm hearing, Errol Spence Jr. is fighting Terrence Crawford November 19th. And Tank Davis is trying to finalize agreement to take on Ryan Garcia December 17th. Those are the last two pay-per-view dates for 2022 for the PBC. With all that being said, if you go back to last year, Fox had a pay-per-view fight on New Year's Day, January 1st, featuring Luis King Kong Ortiz taking on Prince Charles Martin. Now, they could put on Rolly versus AB on New Year's Day, and this year it'll fall on a Sunday. Last year fell on a Saturday, and they could put that fight on Fox pay-per-view. Now, Adrien Broner has been aligned with Showtime for a while now, and Rolly, who's signed with Mayweather Promotion, as we know, Mayweather Promotion has close ties to Showtime Boxing. Gervonta Tank Davis has an exclusive deal with Showtime Boxing. So I don't know if that will come into play, or maybe the Showtime takes over that date. It's all up under the PBC umbrella. But the thing about that is the PBC is not doing a lot of business with Fox. They're basically coming out of the pocket to pay Fox to put on pay-per-view fights. They're doing it with the Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius fight. They did it with Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz fight. Al Heyman is putting up his own bread and putting on those fights, giving them fighters guarantees and giving them back-end pay-per-view money. And they might choose to do that with Adrien Broner and Romero, believing that both guys will be able to sell that fight. Both guys are huge personalities in the sport of boxing. Both guys are the best trash talkers in boxing. So the lead up to that fight will be epic. You know, you give both guys maybe $1 million or $2 million guarantee, and then you give them 50-50 pay-per-view percentage, or maybe you go 60-40 in favor of AB. I don't know how they're gonna do the numbers, but you give them back-end money on the pay-per-view, and the fight might do well. It's definitely going to do better than Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin last year. That fight did 40,000 pay-per-view buys, so it definitely do better than that. I would assume that it would at least have the potential to, at the very bare minimum, do 200,000 pay-per-view buys. So we will see what happens. We will see what transpires. But Rolly is out here talking. Rolly is out here saying that he has a big fight on the way. And I believe that the date and opponent that I see happening are January 1st, Fox pay-per-view, and Adrien the Problem Broner. Because Adrien the Problem Broner wants money, but the PBC is not going to be able to get him $10 million like he's been asking for, but he has the potential to make good money on the pay-per-view back end. You know, if the fight does 300,000 or 400,000, overperforms, that'll be able to get closer to the neighborhood of what Adrien the Problem Broner wants when he's fighting inside that square circle. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Follow me on Facebook, gerard.briscoe.35.com. Hit the like button if you like the content of this video. Like, share, and subscribe to JB Sports. The man, the myth, the legend. And I holla.